Qatar reportedly agreeing to oust Hamas from its country. Of course, it's been shielding many of the terrorist leaders and their money after a request from the U.S. due to the terror group's resistance to the ceasefire and release of hostages. No deal now for 400 days. Officials with Hamas say that Qatar agreeing to kick them out of the country is, quote, baseless and a pressure tactic. Hamas's top leaders do live in the country's capital, Doha. Qatar also announcing today it's halting efforts to mediate a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Victoria Coates, a former deputy national security administrator under the Trump White House, joins us right now. Thank you so much, Victoria, for being with us. First off, saying that, things are going to be different. We're already starting to see what could be signs of a shift with the world, including Hamas and Qatar, knowing that President Trump will be back in office. What do you think is the first thing we'll see that changes in the Middle East?
No, Adrienne, good to be with you. I think you are seeing that shift. And in terms of Qatar, they never particularly wanted to have the Hamas leadership. This was a request from the Obama administration after the 2014 Gaza war, which ground to a negotiated ceasefire. The Hamas leadership survived. As I said, President Obama's request, this office in Doha was opened. But, it's been nothing but a headache for the Qataris. It's a PR disaster. And I think after the election, they were just kind of fed up. And technically, I guess the Biden-Harris administration asked them to do it. But I think they were more than happy to do so because I think they know that no such request would come from President-elect Trump. And so, my hope is that Hamas realizes this is a new era and that maybe on the day of the inauguration, they release all of the hostages they've so cruelly held for more than a year now, the way the Iranian regime released the American hostages the day after Ronald Reagan was inaugurated.
In terms of Qatar, they have to have been getting something out of this deal to hide Hamas, that allow them to live in luxury apartments and to keep all kinds of money, which who knows where it's all gone to, that they've known to have in accounts in places like Qatar. So isn't Qatar, maybe sending a different message?
Well, they're doing it, as I said, because they're asked to. The Biden-Harris administration, for example, asked them to hold the $6 billion they unfroze of Iranian money, so it goes into Qatari banks. Technically, the Iranians can only access that for humanitarian goods, but of course, money is fungible. If you can spend that $6 billion on food and fuel and whatnot, then you've got another $6 billion to funnel to Hamas and Hezbollah. So, I think for Qatar, you're kind of blaming the messenger here. The real problem is Iran. They're the ones who are training and equipping these people. But then we also have to look here at home. A lot of this money that's flowing to Hamas is flowing from USAID programs, for example, through the United Nations. They're skimming all that off. They have for years. It's well known and documented. So I think the other thing you're likely to see out of President Trump, because he did it before, is a cutoff of that funding as well.
But should we question, too, President Biden and our national security advisors who just 2 weeks ago made this request when they could have requested them to kick out Hamas a long time before we reached 400 days of this battle?
100%. The time to kick Hamas out of Qatar was, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But especially after October 7th. And, the point here, Adrienne, is we have to end this war with an Israeli victory. 2014 Gaza war, 2021 Gaza war. These are all, they have a forced negotiated ceasefire. Hamas survives. They regroup. They rearm. Sinwar, the recently deceased head of Hamas, had the idea for the October 7th attack after the 2021 conflict because the Israeli missile defense was so good. That's when he started plotting this one. What we need to do is not just move on to the next attack. It has to end. Israel wins. This is the only way to break the cycle of violence, really, for the Palestinian people, who are the ones who suffer the most in all of this.
Absolutely. The numbers are staggering, but both sides seeing just unimaginable grief at this moment. Victoria Coates, thank you very much for your time. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.